listening to the Video Game and Nerd Trivia Podcast with Tony D. Video Game and Nerd Trivia Podcast, your episodic dose of trivia covering all things video games and nerdy. Now, here's your host, Tony D.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Video Game and Nerd Trivia Podcast. On today's episode, it's just going to be another Minisode, in which there's only going to be 10 questions instead of 30. So on today's topic, it's going to be Guilty Gear X characters. So it's going to be specifically about the characters in the Guilty Gear X video game. It's going to be 10 questions. I'm going to give you a description of the character, and you tell me which character it is that I'm describing. So I'm going to be asking you a question, giving you 5 seconds of silence, and then I'll give you the answer. Let's begin. Question 1. This character looks like a cowboy with a trench coat, hat, and sunglasses, and just acts cool. Who is this? This is Johnny. Question 2. This character's name is a little bit on the nose, and he's one of the primary characters in the series, and his color palette is red. This is Sol Badguy. Really weird name. Question 3. This character is nimble as a ninja with gray hair and a short bladed weapon. Kind of reminds me of a Dragon Ball Z character. So this is Chip Zanoff, and I actually like playing this character the most in this game because he's very fast and he reminds me of Spider-Man. Question 4. This character's size reminds me of the Hulk or the Juggernaut in the Marvel fighting games. This is Potemkin. Question 5. This character, I'm pretty sure, is based off the look of one of the members of Guns N' Roses. This is Axl Lowe, based off of Axl Rose. Question 6. This character wears blue and white and looks like a prototypical hero of an anime, complete with a longsword and blue fireball powers. This is Kai Kisuke. Question 7. This female character has features that make it seem like she has an angel and devil on her shoulders. This is Dizzy. Question 8. This character looks like a demented medical Slender Man with a paper bag over his head. This is Faust. This guy's actually really weird. If you play as him, his moves are like pretty crazy. He has this giant scalpel. Anyway, yeah, just play as him, read his story. It's also super weird. He's like a doctor that turned a knife on himself. Question 9. This character looks like a humanoid Grim Reaper with a red scythe. This is Testament. Question 10. This character reminds me of Cammy with super long blonde hair, and part of her name is a synonym for anger. This is Milia Rage. Alright, hope you enjoyed this minisode again, and if you like the podcast, please give us a rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere you're listening to this podcast. It will help us out and help more people reach this podcast and discover it. You can always reach out for topic suggestions at our Instagram VGNT Podcast 1 or our Twitter account, which is VGNT Podcast. Well, until next time, trivia on.